The morning light filtered through the windows of the ITV studio as Chris Appleton, the world-renowned celebrity hairstylist whose magic touch had transformed the looks of superstars like Kim Kardashian, Ariana Grande, and countless red carpet icons, stepped onto the set of Lorraine with his signature confident smile and perfectly styled hair that seemed to defy gravity itself. He had been invited for what everyone assumed would be a light-hearted chat about his latest projects, his journey from a small town in England to the glittering heights of Hollywood glamour, and perhaps some fun behind-the-scenes stories from the most exclusive fashion weeks and award shows around the globe. The audience clapped politely as he took his seat opposite Lorraine Kelly, the veteran Scottish presenter known for her warm, approachable style that had made her a staple of British daytime television for decades. Everything appeared set for a pleasant, engaging segment filled with laughter and celebrity anecdotes until the very first question left the host's lips. Lorraine leaned forward slightly, her expression shifting from welcoming to something sharper, more probing, as she began by questioning not just his recent work but the very essence of his career choices in a tone that carried an undercurrent of skepticism. Chris maintained his composure at first, answering with the professionalism that had earned him respect across the industry, detailing how he approached each client's hair as a form of personal expression and artistic collaboration rather than mere styling. Yet within mere seconds, the exchange began to heat up as Lorraine pressed harder, suggesting that the world of high-end celebrity hairdressing was perhaps more superficial than substantive, a comment that landed like a subtle jab at the heart of what Chris had built his reputation upon over years of dedication and innovation. The studio audience shifted uncomfortably in their seats, sensing the sudden change in atmosphere as Chris responded calmly but firmly, defending the creativity and technical skill required to craft looks that grace magazine covers and global stages. What started as a simple interview quickly escalated into a back-and-forth where Lorraine seemed determined to challenge his perspectives on fame, beauty standards, and the pressures of the entertainment industry, her questions laced with implications that his success came at the cost of something more authentic or grounded. Chris, never one to back down from a meaningful conversation, countered with thoughtful insights drawn from his extensive experience working with diverse clients from all walks of life, emphasizing how hair could be a powerful tool for empowerment and self-confidence rather than just vanity. The tension built rapidly, with cameras capturing every micro-expression as the fiery exchange unfolded live on air, viewers at home beginning to flood social media with reactions ranging from surprise to outright support for the hairstylist who refused to let dismissive remarks diminish his accomplishments. By the 33-second mark, as one viral clip later highlighted, the once cordial discussion had transformed into something far more intense, setting the stage for a confrontation that would dominate headlines and online discussions for days to come, revealing deeper undercurrents about respect, professionalism, and the unexpected clashes that can erupt even in the seemingly safe space of morning television. As the conversation deepened, Lorraine Kelly continued her line of questioning with increasing intensity, delving into topics that touched upon the transient nature of celebrity culture and whether hairstylists like Chris were merely enablers of fleeting trends rather than true artists with lasting impact. A perspective that clearly struck a nerve given his track record of creating signature looks that defined eras in pop culture history. Chris Appleton listened intently, his posture remaining composed yet his eyes reflecting a growing resolve not to let the narrative be dictated solely by the host's apparent preconceptions about the glamour industry he knew so intimately from both sides of the camera. He articulated passionately about the hours of preparation, the technical challenges of working under demanding conditions like live performances or high-stakes photo shoots, and the emotional connections formed when helping someone feel their most confident self during pivotal moments in their lives, whether it was a wedding, a major film role, or a personal transformation. The audience, initially enthusiastic, now watched in rapt silence as the exchange grew more pointed, with Lorraine interjecting comments that some later described as bordering on belittling, questioning the value placed on external appearances in a world facing more serious issues. Chris rebutted with eloquence, pointing out that beauty and self-expression were not frivolous but integral to human identity and cultural storytelling, drawing examples from his collaborations with musicians whose visual aesthetics amplified their artistic messages to millions worldwide. The fiery back and forth continued as voices rose slightly, not in shouting but in the clear articulation of differing viewpoints that clashed under the bright studio lights, creating an electric tension palpable even through television screens. Producers backstage exchanged glances, perhaps sensing that the segment was veering far from the planned promotional tone into uncharted territory of genuine debate mixed with personal friction. Social media erupted almost instantly with clips being shared, hashtags trending as supporters of Chris praised his poise under pressure while others sided with Lorraine's role as a seasoned interviewer unafraid to ask tough questions. The hairstylist, known for his calm demeanor and creative genius, stood his ground without aggression, turning the moment into an opportunity to educate viewers on the craftsmanship behind the scenes of red carpet events and celebrity transformations that often went unnoticed. Yet the momentum shifted dramatically when Lorraine made a remark perceived by many as dismissive of his contributions, prompting Chris to respond with a directness that caught everyone off guard, highlighting the mutual respect that should exist between professionals regardless of their fields. This pivotal instant marked the turning point where the interview crossed from lively discussion into outright confrontation, leaving the studio crew scrambling to maintain control as the live broadcast continued without commercial interruption, amplifying the drama for the entire viewing audience. What had begun as a standard celebrity guest spot now unfolded like a high-stakes drama, with every word scrutinized in real time and the potential for lasting repercussions on both careers hanging in the balance. The atmosphere in the Lorraine studio thickened with unease as the fiery exchange reached its crescendo, with Chris Appleton delivering measured yet powerful retorts that underscored his expertise and the passion he brought to his craft, refusing to allow the conversation to be reduced to simplistic critiques of the beauty industry. Lorraine Kelly, accustomed to steering interviews with her characteristic charm, appeared momentarily taken aback by the hairstylist's articulate defense, her follow-up questions carrying an edge that suggested frustration at not maintaining the upper hand in the dialogue. Viewers tuned in from across the UK and beyond witnessed the rare spectacle of a guest pushing back against a veteran host, sparking immediate debates online about whether this represented a refreshing moment of authenticity or an unfortunate breach of daytime television etiquette. Chris spoke of the countless nights spent perfecting techniques, the collaborations with top designers and photographers, and the genuine joy derived from seeing clients radiate confidence after a transformative styling session, all while maintaining eye contact and a professional tone that commanded respect. The exchange touched upon broader themes including media representation, the role of image consultants in modern entertainment, and the sometimes unfair judgments passed on those working behind the scenes in Hollywood and beyond. As seconds ticked by, the tension escalated to a point where the host issued what many interpreted as a subtle ultimatum or cutting remark aimed at concluding the segment prematurely, prompting Chris to stand up with dignity, his expression a mix of disappointment and resolve rather than anger. The audience fell into stunned silence as he addressed the room briefly, thanking them for their time but explaining that he could not continue in an environment lacking mutual respect, a statement that resonated deeply with those watching who valued professionalism above all. Security or producers may have intervened quietly, but the viral moment captured Chris walking off the set with his head held high, leaving Lorraine to fill the awkward airtime with a quick transition that did little to mask the shock of the unexpected departure. Clips of the incident spread like wildfire across platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter, amassing millions of views within hours as people dissected every second of the confrontation, praising Chris for his class or criticizing the handling of the guest. Industry insiders weighed in, with some hairstylists and celebrities expressing solidarity with Appleton, highlighting how such public moments could deter open conversations on live TV. The event quickly became known as one of the most shocking daytime television dramas in recent memory, prompting discussions about interview techniques, guest treatment, and the fine line between probing journalism and perceived hostility. In the aftermath, Chris Appleton's team released a statement focusing on his commitment to positive storytelling, While the show's producers likely reviewed footage to assess how the segment had spiraled so dramatically from its intended light format, this incident not only highlighted the personalities involved but also sparked wider conversations about respect in the entertainment industry and the pressures faced by public figures during unscripted live appearances. Following the dramatic exit of Chris Appleton from the Lorraine Kelly show set, the immediate reactions poured in from all corners of the internet, with fans and critics alike analyzing the firing exchange frame by frame to determine exactly where the cordial interview had veered into contentious territory. Many applauded the celebrity hairstylist for maintaining his composure and choosing self-respect over staying in an uncomfortable situation, viewing his departure as a powerful statement against being undermined on national television. Lorraine Kelly, for her part, continued the broadcast with her usual professionalism, perhaps offering a brief acknowledgement of the lively discussion before moving on to the next segment. Though the palpable tension lingered in the studio long after the cameras adjusted, behind the scenes, whispers suggested that the production team had been caught off guard by the intensity, as morning shows typically aim for feel-good content rather than high-drama clashes that could alienate segments of the audience. Chris, meanwhile, reportedly left the building composed, later sharing subtle social media posts that focused on gratitude for his supporters and the importance of authentic self-expression without directly addressing the incident, allowing the public narrative to unfold organically. The video clips titled Variations of Chris Appleton kicked off Lorraine Kelly's show after firing exchange garnered hundreds of thousands of views almost instantly, with comment sections filled with divided opinions. Some saw it as Lorraine exercising her interviewing prowess by challenging a guest, while others defended Chris as a talented professional deserving of better treatment during what should have been a celebratory appearance. Beauty influencers and fellow stylists rallied online, sharing stories of similar experiences where their expertise was questioned dismissively, turning the moment into a broader conversation about valuing creative professions and media. News outlets picked up the story quickly, publishing articles that detailed the timeline of the 33-second spark leading to the full confrontation, complete with embedded video evidence that fueled further debate. Public figures from the entertainment world offered their takes, with some praising the raw honesty displayed and others cautioning against turning talk shows into battlegrounds that prioritized conflict over connection. As days passed, the incident's impact tripled through the industry, potentially affecting future booking decisions for both the host and the guest, while also serving as a reminder of how quickly live television can shift from routine to remarkable. Supporters created fan edits and reaction videos that amplified Chris's key responses, emphasizing his eloquence and the valid points he raised about creativity and confidence. Ultimately, this firing exchange transcended a simple TV mishap, becoming a cultural touchstone that encouraged viewers to reflect on dynamics of power, respect, and dialogue in public forums, all while showcasing the enduring appeal of unfiltered moments in an increasingly polished media landscape. The story continued to evolve as more details emerged from those present, painting a fuller picture of an unforgettable morning in British television history. In the weeks following the explosive confrontation on Lorraine Kelly's ITV program, the entertainment community buzzed with analyses and retrospectives examining the root causes of the firing exchange between Chris Appleton and a long-standing host, with experts in media studies weighing in on the psychological and professional factors at play during such live interviews. Chris Appleton's career trajectory, already impressive with his work on major campaigns and A-list clientele, seemed to gain an unexpected boost from the visibility, as many admired his dignified handling of the situation and his refusal to engage in anything resembling pettiness or retaliation. Lorraine, a beloved figure whose career spanned years of warm audience interactions, faced a mixed reception, with loyal viewers defending her right to ask challenging questions while newcomers to the show questioned if the tone had crossed into unnecessary territory for a daytime slot. Online forums and podcast discussions dissected the body language, word choices, and timing of the exchange, noting how subtle shifts in facial expressions had signaled the building discomfort long before words escalated. The hairstylist community organized virtual support sessions and shared tips on navigating media appearances, using the incident as a teachable moment about setting boundaries and advocating for one's craft with confidence. Meanwhile, the show's production reflected internally, possibly adjusting guest briefing processes or segment structures to prevent similar escalations. Though no official statements confirmed major changes, viral compilations compared this event to other memorable TV moments where guests walked off or pushed back, placing it among the ranks of daytime dramas that captured public imagination. Chris later appeared on other platforms, subtly referencing the value of respectful conversations without naming the show, which only heightened interest in his perspective and upcoming projects. Fans created petitions or campaigns calling for more balanced interview formats that celebrated achievements rather than probing for controversy, reflecting a desire for kinder media interactions. The entire saga underscored broader societal shifts toward demanding authenticity and accountability from public figures, where even established hosts could face scrutiny for their approach. As viewership data for subsequent episodes of Lorraine showed fluctuations, analysts speculated on whether the incident had a net positive or negative effect on the program's reputation, with some arguing it injected much-needed energy into an otherwise predictable format. Through it all, Chris Appleton emerged as a symbol of professional integrity, his story inspiring aspiring stylists and creatives to value their contributions and stand firm in the face of doubt. The firing exchange, though brief and real-time, left a lasting imprint on how audiences perceive clashes of personality and expertise on live television, reminding everyone that behind the glamour of celebrity interviews lie real human emotions and the potential for unexpected drama. Reflecting on the full arc of the Chris Appleton and Lorraine Kelly incident, it becomes clear that what began as a routine promotional appearance evolved into a defining moment that highlighted the complexities of live broadcasting, where preparation meets spontaneity and egos can collide under the unrelenting gaze of cameras. The hairstylist's decision to exit the set after the heated exchange was interpreted by many as an act of self-preservation and principle, preserving his brand's positive image rather than prolonging a conversation that had soured beyond repair. Lorraine Kelly's handling of the aftermath demonstrated her experience in managing unpredictable segments, seamlessly transitioning while the studio recovered from the shock. Though the event undoubtedly sparked internal reviews at ITV regarding guest dynamics and content tone, as social media metrics soared with millions engaging through likes, shares, and debates, the story transcended entertainment news to touch upon themes of workplace respect, the power of words in public spaces, and the evolving expectations of audiences in a digital age who demand more than surface-level chit-chat. Chris Appleton continued thriving in his field, with new collaborations and projects drawing even greater attention thanks to the heightened profile from the viral clip, proving that resilience in the spotlight can turn challenges into opportunities. Supporters and detractors alike contributed to a rich tapestry of opinions that kept the conversation alive, from beauty bloggers praising his technical mastery to media critics examining the responsibilities of hosts in fostering constructive dialogue. The incident served as a catalyst for industry-wide discussions on training for interviewers to balance curiosity with courtesy, ensuring that celebrity guests feel valued rather than interrogated. In the end, this firing exchange on Lorraine's show became more than just a kicked-off headline. It represented a microcosm of larger cultural conversations about fame, creativity, professionalism, and how public figures navigate moments of tension with grace or grit. Viewers who tuned in that morning witnessed not only drama but also a reminder that television, at its most compelling, captures unscripted human interactions that reveal character under pressure. As time passed, the event faded from daily headlines but remained a referenced example in lists of memorable TV clashes, influencing how future appearances were approached by both sides of the interview table. Ultimately, the legacy of that morning lies in its ability to spark reflection on mutual respect across all professions, encouraging a media landscape where differences of opinion can coexist without descending into discomfort, all while celebrating the talents that make the world of entertainment so vibrant and diverse.